Yeah. What up, y'all? Speak the Weevil from the Drop a Gem Show, the most infamous hip hop and boxing podcast on the planet. Yo, real quick before this video drops, I just want to let y'all know we need y'all to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell icon. Subscribe because you want to know what's going on with the channel and be part of the Drop a Gem family. The bell icon notifies you immediately when we have a video dropping, and we drop several a week. And also hit the like button because it increases the visibility of the show. So we thank y'all for your support. Again, hit the subscribe, like, bell icon, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, let's get into this, shall we? As I drop a gem on them like we about to get married. Nah, you Pudgy the Fat Bastard. You listening to the Drop a Gem on them podcast radio show. Speak No Evil and L.E.O. Elio. You know how we go. You know how we flow. Let the music play. Don't say nothing. Put your ears close to the speaker and let the music be your teacher. This is Pudgy the Fat Bastard. Give him the finger. Think big. Checking out the avenue. Money don't make you world stop. Get back on the regular. All that. Let the music play.
Salute, this be the General Steel representing Bucktown, USA. You already know Smith & Wesson in the building, them PNC boys. And right now you listening to Drop a Gem on the podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Let's go.
Yeah, this your boy Cuban Link. Chillin' my man Speak. And I'm on the Drop a Gem show. You already know, Drop a Gem on it.
What up, y'all? This is Chris Rivers, Dragons Up, and of course, you are checking out the Drop a Gem podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Yeah.
Yo, check it out, coming at you live and direct. It's the Underboss, Lord Finesse representing DITC. You are now tuned in to the Drop a Gem show with Speak No Evil and my man Leo. Word up.
Hey, yo, this is Bumpy Knuckles, and you're listening to the most infamous hip-hop show on the planet. Drop a Gem show with Speak No Evil and Leo. Yeah, Speak No Evil and Leo. Raw.
What's good? It's your man, original Dirty Rock Scoundrel Jay with the damage to represent with the Drop a Gem show. Shout out to Speak No Evil, Leo. You know how we doing it every day, all day. Peace.
Yo, check me out. This is the Soul Brother #1 P Rock, and you're checking out Drop a Gem podcast. Check me out with my man Speak No Evil and Leo. Peace.
Hey, yo, MCs out there, you better stand clear. UPMB is the world premiere from New York, Straight Talk, America's Best. Kawhi, Long Island's where I rest. Yo, right now I'm chilling on Drop a Gem podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Alright, you got chill. What's up, Jay?
What's up? Keep living the life and doing what you're doing.
Hey, yo, this is Fredro Starr, and you rocking with the illest hip-hop show on the planet. Drop a gem on them. With my people, Speak No Evil and Leo. 100 Mad.
Hey, yo, what it do, man? It's your man, Mr. Cheeks, LB Fam in the building every day, all day, man. You got to know. Yo, right now I'm rocking with the #1 hip-hop show in the motherfucking Bang Out, baby. Yeah, Drop a Gem show. My man Speak No Evil and Leo. Let's go. L's up.
What up, y'all? This is Terminology. You now listening to the Drop a Gem podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Let's get it. Show up.
What's going on, y'all? This is Mike Geronimo, and you are now tuned in with the most infamous show on the planet, people. The Drop a Gem show with Speak No Evil and Leo.
What it do? This is Stick from Dead Prayers RBG Fit Club in the building, and you are in tune to the Drop a Gem show with Speak No Evil. I heard that. And Leo. Let's go.
Hey, yo, this is Smooth the Hustler, and you rocking with the #1 hip-hop show, the Drop a Gem show with Speak No Evil and Leo. Yeah.
Yo, it's DJ Clips, and you're checking out the Drop a Gem podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Alright?
This is the Black Dot. Urban excellence is the movement, and you're now tuned into the most infamous hip-hop show on the planet, Drop a Gem with Speak No Evil and Leo. You already know what it is. Peace.
Yeah, this is your boy Hakeem Green, channel live and direct, BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark mad ism and you're listening to the Drop a Gem on Them podcast with Speak No Evil and DJ Leo. Yeah.
Yo, what's poppin', y'all? This is Chi Ali, and you're listening to the Drop a Gem podcast with my boy Speak No Evil, my man Leo. You already know what it is. Chi Ali, grown shit, checking in.
Yo, peace. What's up, y'all? This is your boy Razcast, Mr. Soul on Ice, and you are now tuned in to Drop a Gem on Them podcast with my men Speak No Evil and Leo. You know what it is. One.
Peace, party people. It's a Special Ed, a.k.a. The Magnificent, and you now checking out the Drop a Gem on Them podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Hey, yo, this is the last of the Raw, and you are now in tune with the Drop a Gem podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Peace.
You are now tuned in to the Drop a Gem on Them podcast with Speak No Evil and Leo. Hey guys, drop a gem on them.
Yeah, I don't even think we need an intro.
That was the most obnoxious, long, 5-minute mega mix.
Oh, man.
Yo, that was so unnecessary, and I'm going to apologize to all the people that had to hear that right now. That was like a shit-talking...
Nah. Fuck, I ain't apologizing to nobody. Nah, I ain't apologizing to nobody. That's the love we get.
Wow.
That shit is dope. Stop hating. Let me shut this nigga mic off.
Dude, that was the vanity intro, bro. Come on.
Nah, that was the love, man. You gotta chill, son. You gotta chill. It's the love, man. We get the love out here, man. That's credibility check. You know what I mean? That's 1988 Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out shit. You know what I mean? But
I don't know if we need to do that one again. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. Fuck you, nigga. Look, yo, check it out. It's the Drop a Gem podcast. I'm your host, Speak No Evil, the leader of the free world.
Yeah, and I'm your host, Leo, the unstable genius. Peace, party people, and another fine Thursday evening, 2019, Drop a Gem Season 4. And, yo, the guests keep getting bigger, and we're doing something a little different today. We've had actors before, but not of this caliber and this level. We're talking Above the Rim. We're talking Waiting to Exhale. We're talking the Temptations movie, 5 Heartbeats, Cool Runnings. Come on, man. We're talking classics that you grew up with. These all have one common factor, and it's this legendary artist. And he's not just an amazing actor. He also fucking sings. You know what I'm saying? He has his own group. He's toured with Derice Bannock and other legendary reggae acts. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 albums. We're going to talk about all that. He's done theater work. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into all of it. Sir. And it's a pleasure to have fucking Leon Robinson on tonight, yo. It's going to be amazing.
Yo, why you do the intro before you come on? Now you're going to be out of loss for words when I tell you to bring in this shit. You're going to be like,
I'm just setting up the pitches,
memorize
brother,
that shit because you're bringing them in. I can't stop that. Yo, what's good, y'all? What's going on, man? New York, stand up. L.A., you know, down south, Midwest, Canada, overseas, man. Good to hear. We don't go live too much anymore because we just don't like to do it too much, but we live tonight. It's a great feeling. I want to say, matter of fact, let me get the floor for like 5 seconds, man. I want to say rest in power to one of pretty much my older brother, my OG, Kev Glover. His father passed away. I just found out a little while ago. Grew up on him, man. When I was rolling in these streets real hard back then, him and a couple other brothers were like the dudes that used to keep me in line, and they were like the dudes I looked up to that were like doing, you know, college graduates and doing living life the way he should be living it, and they kept me kind of from going over that edge. They had a lot of influence on me. So Kev, I love you. I'm hurting for you, man. Your father was an amazing man. Your mother passed away about a year ago, and she was an amazing woman. I just want to say my condolences and rest in power, man. Real talk. That's it, man. But thank you, man. But yeah, man, a lot going on. Let's talk a little hip hop. We don't get to do that too much anymore.
Which one?
We're waiting Leon Robinson, like you said, one of our heroes, in our community, and acting, and a great thespian and a great musician. I'm finding out I wasn't even really aware of too much of his music till I started researching and digging in the nooks and crannies. And what's amazing about his music is that he and I saw this written up, but it kind of popped into my head before I even saw the write up on this. He's fusing reggae with soul music. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that done before.
No,
and he's
I like that.
He's pulling it off. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so. and it's good and it's awesome because he's doing it in he's doing it and he was doing it in a couple of his movies as well. You know what I'm saying? He's made movies about famous musicians like David Ruffin and Little Richard. You know, so I can't wait to talk to him about that dynamic and being able to fuse his two loves together, so to speak, because that's pretty amazing, combination. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be real good. Yo, I don't really want to shout out Chris Brown because, of his history with domestic violence and all that shit. But, I think as an artist, it's an amazing thing that he just got all his masters with his new record deal. So shout out to him for that. That's pretty as an artist. That's amazing. Jay-Z and, only like a selected few have that honor and privilege. So salute to him for that. And that's the way you leverage your recording career. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. But, do me a favor. That great intro you did about a couple of seconds ago, let's run that back because we got our guest on the line. Go ahead.
All right. Well, pretty much if you was growing up how I was growing up and you were watching movies like The Temptations, 5 Heartbeats, Cool Runnings, Above the Rim, Waiting to Exhale, there was one common factor in all those movies. And this is an individual who always made it a point to press roles that were of really positive and successful, black men, black musicians, figures in society. Right. And that's something I also want to talk about because it's very important that he always had that distinction. He's someone we grew up with, one of our heroes, not just in hip-hop culture, but just in urban culture. And it's an honor and a privilege to talk about this, his music career, his theater work, and we're going to get into all of it. But ladies and gentlemen, in cyberspace, Drop a Gem Show is proud to present Leon Robinson. What is good, brother?
What's up? But you might as well just say Leon, because if you say Robinson, they're not going to know who you're talking about.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah. Hey, Leon, there's only a few who can go like you got Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Leon. That's it, man.
Well, nice to know I'm in good company.
It's facts. Thanks for coming on tonight, man. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. Absolutely, man. So listen, let's just jump in, man. I know you're from the Bronx. Grew up there, mid-60s, 70s. Talk about that.
Well, I'm actually from Mount Vernon in the Bronx.
Okay, all right. Well, same difference. That's right up the block. Talk about growing up in that area as a youth and what that was like for you as a kid.
Growing up in the, I grew up in the Soundview area of the Bronx. I was like about 8. And then moved uptown to half my family lived in Mount Vernon, and the other half lived right on the border of the Bronx and Mount Vernon. And it was great. I had a great childhood. I mainly went to parochial schools, went to All Boys Academy in the Bronx, right on the border of Bronx and Mount Vernon, Mount St. Michael's. And I just excelled in athletics. I was a basketball player, all-city basketball player, or whatever basketball player, in New York City. And, that was it. Got a bunch of scholarship offers and went out west to college. And graduate film students saw me on campus and begged me to be in this movie. It was just because of the way I was and the way I looked and my style. And I was like, okay. And tried it and had experience that we all have had, where you sit down with a brother or sister for like about an hour, maybe at lunch or something you never met, and you feel like you've known them so much longer than that time you spent with them. That's the way I felt on a movie set. And so I switched my major, became a drama major, studied acting. And guess what? Now I'm talking to you.
There you go.
So, you got that other part of you, the musician part. Talk about, your influences in the household, musically speaking, and what you were listening to, and how that kind of molded you to be an actor as well.
Well, musically, I grew up in a house with my dad. He loved music. His favorite singer was Nat King Cole. And but I grew up listening to a lot of from the very early ages. A lot of Motown music was played in my house. A lot of Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson. But at about 11, 12 years old, I heard this album called Naughty Dread by Bob Marley, and it kind of changed. It just kind of changed me as far as the kind of music I started listening to after that, and that reggae drum and bass kind of became the backbeat of my life. So so my music that I play now is a mixture between reggae and soul music. It's me, soul reggae.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely know you from all your movies. You do a phenomenal job. I'm a fan of your work. I wasn't really too familiar with your music, and I went back this week when I found out you were going to be on the show, and I listened to all the projects you dropped, and I gotta say, phenomenal music. And you might be the only person I've ever heard fuse, reggae with that soul. And you just mentioned right now and talked about the influences. Was there any trepidation when you were and your producers were getting ready to work on that, thinking, wow, how are we going to do this? How are we going to fuse reggae and soul together and let it come across where it resonates with people?
Well, no, there wasn't at all, because we're primarily a live band. I'm not a solo artist. I'm a lead singer and songwriter of a band, Leon and the Peoples. And so, and what happens, because we're primarily a live band, most of the music that we play on our albums, we've already performed live. So we already know what the response is. We already know whether people like it, And so when we go in to record it, we're just trying to capture what we already found.
Right. Okay, I got you.
So we go into the acting bug. You got on the movie set, and you kind of like at the beginning of your career. It's kind of like you were working with these future heavyweights, and it's like all early in their careers, like All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise in '83, Flamingo Kid with Matt Dillon in '84. How was it like working with other younger artists at the time and just collaborating and kind of like coming into your own as an actor so young?
It was great. It was a very unique experience. For me, I was, my friends in the business at the time were exactly, two of those people. Matt Dillon, especially, is one of my best friends ever in this business, and as well as the Sheens and the Penns, Rob Lowe, all those guys. I spent as much time out at their house in Malibu as I did any place when I was starting my career. And so it was a unique experience, a kid coming from, the Bronx and Mount Vernon, being a part of, this nepotism of these Hollywood kids that were basically born into the business. It was, kind of an interesting experience for me to see that, But, I was coming along at a time, too, where, there was like, in movies like that, those studios movies with those kids, there was only one brother in the movie, so I was the one, and and a couple other guys were the others at the time.
Right.
Was it a culture shock going from New York to LA, so to speak, in the whole Cali lifestyle?
No, not at all, because I only accepted scholarship offers in California. For some reason, I thought I was supposed to be in California, and I couldn't stand the New York winters. So when I was taking my college visits, man, the only places I even decided I was going to choose between was colleges, in California. So whatever D1 schools that were recruiting me in California were the ones I was looking at.
Okay. You mentioned being friends with Sean Penn, and you wind up working with him playing Killer B in the 1988 film Colors, which is like
I was really good friends with his brother Chris, who passed away.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we did all the right moves together, and since then we were very close friends. And with his whole family, of course, as well. But
absolutely,
Chris,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about working with him and Dennis Hopper. Like I said, you played Killer B. one of the first movies about gang culture. NWA was starting to come into its own back then. Talk a little bit about working on that movie and what that experience was like.
Colors was an interesting experience. To me, to this day, it's still a definitive gang movie of that time. And Dennis Hopper was amazing. I remember having to do that scene where I get shot, and had to have this whole prosthetic put on my back, so that's why you can see when I get shot, you see the skin popping off my back like that. That takes hours and stuff. And Dennis spent like most of the time in the makeup room while they were doing that to me. Just keep me company, and and I thought that was very cool.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So we get to 1989, and this turns out to be a really big year for you. You're on an episode of Midnight Caller, then you're on the Women of Brewster Place, you're Robin Givens' boyfriend, and then you're Madonna, Like a Prayer video. I mean, all the controversy that came with that and how talked about it was. How did it feel? It was almost like a breakout year for you. How did that feel, artistically speaking, to do these different types of things and then to start getting some recognition from it?
It was interesting, especially because especially with, the Like a Prayer video, I was never expecting to get any, shine from a music video.
Right.
especially one where I was the artist. So, because I consider myself a serious actor, so what would I be doing dancing around the video with Madonna? And that's basically what I said the first time they came to ask me about the video. I was like, I wasn't interested. I was like, and then, when I met who was a feature film director, she explained to me, this is something, they needed an actor, someone to really play a role and play two different roles. And I was like, oh, okay. Talk about acting. Okay, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I wasn't expecting it to get all of it. But then when I heard the song and then I knew all the controversy, it was great. People from not just here, but Italy, Russia, everyone wanted to know who Leon was. And I was like, okay, maybe this might work.
Yeah. Did you, as a musician, did you get to chop it up with Madonna at all about music and theory and all that?
No, I mean, no, because I wasn't into it as deep as I am now at that particular time, especially not the level that she was. But I definitely introduced her to reggae. That's for sure. I even took her to a reggae festival.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. 91, one of the classic movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard you on the Breakfast Club say AOL had it as like the top urban movie or Afro-American movie of all time, which is crazy. The Five Heartbeats, you played J.T. Matthews, legendary movie done by Robert Townsend, who's a phenomenal director and actor himself. Talk a little bit about that picture and what it was like working on it, and it resonated with people. It was one of those movies where if it comes on right now, you stop what you're doing and you watch it. It's like
Absolutely.
No matter what you're doing. And so talk a little bit about that, and then also did your musical background help play a role in you landing that movie, role?
Well, my musical background didn't have anything to do with it because it was, Robert Townsend saw me at the MTV Awards with Madonna actually, and it made him spark the idea in his head because actually Keenan Ivory Wayans was supposed to play J.T. Matthews. Because they wrote the movie together. They wrote the movie together to play brothers. But Keenan got in living color by the time the movie was being made, so he couldn't do it. So Robert was looking for the perfect guy to be his brother, and the casting director told him that there's one guy that she had to see. It was me, and then he saw me at the MTV Awards, and it was like, yeah, I get it. So.
That's crazy.
Incredible. So we go into 93, another timeless movie. Cool Runnings. It's a classic. You see it on cable all the time. I mean, what was the transition like? Because you talk about being a serious actor, and then now you're doing a total comedy about Jamaican bobsled team. How was that transition for you? Was it seamless, or did you have some or was it like hard to keep up with comedic talents like Dougie Doug, where it's like this is just by nature what they do?
No, not at all. When I say a serious actor does it all. Comedy, drama, So when I'm saying a serious actor, I mean I consider myself a storyteller. So if I'm not telling a story, which is what I referred to earlier when I said talking about the Madonna video, most videos didn't really tell a story. They were just shots of people and like that, and I didn't feel like I wanted to do that. And so when I said I that was the reason why I said serious actor. Cool Runnings is a story. It's based on a true story. I mean, whether comical or dead serious, it requires an actor to do it. So, and I think I do all of them. So, comedy, drama, whatever.
Wow. You worked with some iconic people, Madonna, Sean Penn, but you know the name I'm going to say right now, man. Probably everybody's hero in the hood, man. Definitely one of my heroes, man. The late great Tupac Shakur, Above the Rim. Incredible movie. I'm from New York, so I understand the whole Rucker thing. So it resonated a lot with me. Marlon Wayans is in the movie. Talk about that movie, working with him, Dwayne Martin, obviously Tupac. Talk a little bit about the making of that movie, if you will.
Yeah, that was an interesting movie to make, because it was, a combination of real ballers. Everybody was a real baller. These were the top ballers or guys that had, crazy credentials, trying to get on, and the scrimmages were crazy. And and so, for me, that's why I always call it the best, schoolyard basketball movie for sure, because everybody could ball, and yet, it was really good actors as well. So,
did you have to tighten your game up a little bit, or was you ready to go?
No, I was always ready to go. Yeah, at that point. Yeah. I played ball all the time. That was like my exercise.
That's a fact. So, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. So.
That's crazy.
What was Pac like as an actor? Like what was he like? Like, because he was relatively new. That was like his second movie. Was he a natural, you think, in your professional opinion?
Well, he'd done theater when he was very young, so he's always been. He had a lot of charisma. He had a lot, obviously documented a lot of problems with him on the set. Got arrested a couple times during the movie, and whatever. But with me, he was on point, 100%. And even when he came through the read-through, when he came to me, he bowed his head down and said, "You're not gonna have a problem with me because you're in the 5 heartbeats." I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, you said that you're in the 5 heartbeats. That to me, that like I got nothing but respect for you. I was like, okay.
That's dope. That's really dope.
Crazy.
So 95, Waiting to Exhale. Another iconic movie, especially for African American women. Forrest Whitaker, another incredible actor turned director. What's it like working with in acting, you work with people who are visionaries that are just directors, and then there are those that make the transition, like a Forrest Whitaker, a Mel Gibson, et cetera, and so forth. What's it like working with someone who sees both sides of the spectrum with the acting, and then tries to make that transition to tell other actors how to feel and how to process a certain scene and role?
I think it's great. As an actor, you always like to think that your director knows what you're going through and can communicate to you in a way in which you'd like to be communicated to. And an actor knows that, So, I always thought that, I was always told that as a director, all directors should go to acting classes. If nothing else, just to sit in, listen to teachers communicate with actors, just so that they can communicate better with actors. So I think an actor already has that hopefully built in for the most part. So I think it's definitely a smooth transition to communicating to actors. I think the biggest transition is the technical part.
Were you when you did Waiting to Exhale, were you single?
Was I single?
Now the reason why
I've been single my whole life. I've never been married.
All right,
there
you
was
go.
Working with some fine women, Leela Roshan, Whitney Houston, Angela Bassett. That must have been an incredible experience. I know you're a professional, but I would it'd have been hard work with them sisters. I envy you.
It's not that hard, really. I mean, to be 100 with you, I'm around fine women all the time.
Oh, talk about it. Talk that shit.
There you go.
So I mean,
it's natural.
That's just work. I mean, the ones.
That's what's up.
The ones that I don't work with, you should see them.
There you go. Oh man.
All right. Work. 97. Yo, one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Oz, and you know. Jefferson Keane was a legendary role. How do you prepare for something like that, where you know it's dramatic, but you know there's also like this violent side and this raw energy, you know, almost animalistic thing that you got to tap into when you play a role like that in a, you know, in an environment and setting like that. What do you tap into for something like that, and how do you prepare for that role mentally?
Well, you know, it's different. You know, it's different for different roles. It just depends. You know, for that particular role, I mean, I personally have found it interesting to explore that aspect of society. You know, I think that was one of the reasons why Oz was so popular, because we were dealing with a fraction of society that we don't normally see on television, which are men that are incarcerated. I mean, that's not like, you know, that's not like the shows we watch. We're watching like, you know, All in the Family or, you know, Hawaii Five-0.
Right.
So we're watching a life of people who were behind bars, and you know, we're not making it glamorous by any stretch of the imagination. And I think it was an interesting world to explore. So for myself, you know, I just really delved into it. I just delved into, you know, being, you know, cornered, and, you know, I stayed in the building the whole time and hardly ever left, just when I was working, just to feel as though I was confined.
Right.
Absolutely. What's the difference in your opinion between a good actor and a great actor, or is there a difference?
A good actor or a great actor, you know, a good actor or a great actor is a matter of opinion.
Subjective.
You know, yeah, it's almost subjective. You know, I think Marlon Brando described it one time the best. He said, you know, you know, actors aren't any better. Good actors aren't any better than one another. They're just different. You know, I can get up and walk over to a chair, sit down, light up a joint, start reading a book. Well, any other actor, good actor, can do the same thing. You just may deem me more interesting to watch, or the way I do it, than he does it, or she does it. But it doesn't mean that I'm any better than them doing it. As long as you believe that they're really sitting in a chair, lighting up a joint, and reading a book, they're good. You know what I'm saying? Because our job is to bring whatever that character is to life in the story. And if you like the storyline, then you remember that part of the movie. That's the way I look at it. And so I don't think actors are really better than one another. They're just different.
Right. What's the process in picking roles? Is it you know, obviously it's the script, but is it the directors, producers? Like, what, when you're picking a role, you know, you turn down roles and you pick roles. What's the deciding factor when you're making those choices?
Well, I mean, it changes from time to time, you know.
Right.
But you know, often, you know, the most important thing I look at is the story, because that's really what we remember. We remember the story, and it's the storylines that you are a part of that people remember, you know. And so, you know, I'm a storyteller, so I want to be part of a good story. So that's the first thing I look at. Then I look at what part do I play in the story. I mean, is it a pivotal part? It's not about the size of it. It's about how important it is to the story. I could play a part that, it is not very big at all, but it turns the story around. Or you can remember like the cameo I did in Ali.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Simmons.
Yeah.
It's just like you see this character and he's not even speaking much, whatever. He's just looming over the scene. And then one day the camera turns around and you realize that he's the informant.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even about the size, it's about how important. Can you tell the story without my character? If you can tell the story without my character, it doesn't interest me.
Well, is there something you ever passed on that you regret when you look back?
No, not that I can remember. I mean, there might have been things that I passed on me having a meeting about or something.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I usually, I don't really have regrets in that sense. I mean, things happen for whatever reasons they happen.
Definitely.
Right. Working on Ali, even though you had a small role, it still, like you said, it was a very important role. What was it like working with Michael Mann? Because he's obviously considered one of the greatest directors, of his generation and, of all time now with some of the movies he made. And I think Ali is also a really big movie. It was, Will Smith did such a great job with the role, the cast top to bottom, the production value, everything. Just talk a little bit about working with someone like Michael Mann, who's so revered, like looking back on it now.
Yeah, I mean, he was just one of the most revered directors at that time, and but his style in which he works is not something that you're going to see much of anymore from anybody. Because like for example, there were 29 takes of a scene between me and discovering that I'm the informant. That's 29 takes before he even turned around the camera on me.
Wow.
Okay? I mean, that's how many takes he would have. I mean, I came back 2 weeks later and shot the same exact scene that I had already did 20-something takes of because he didn't like the way the Muslims' bow ties were or something. I mean, that kind of stuff, man, you can't do that anymore,
Right.
No, I'm just saying, studios just don't let you with, you can't be just like going, 2 months over schedule and,
over budget.
Like, like they used to do that, man. That's the way it was on Cliffhanger. I did Cliffhanger in Italy, and we were 2 months over schedule, and I was just hanging out in southern Italy chilling.
What was it? Yeah, and that's working with Stallone. Like when he was huge at that time. Like he was one of the biggest box office draws.
Mm-hmm.
That had to be a huge look for you because that was a very very big action movie at that time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, did a lot of business. Yeah, worldwide, definitely.
Yeah.
It was good.
So
it was good. It was, all experiences are great experiences.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah, you really do have a knack of picking the right roles, or at least the roles that become memorable, like the ones we've discussed. And then, David Ruffin and the Temptations, and then Little Richard, which you get nominated for, and you're working with Robert Townsend again. Was there something? Was it just the happenstance or luck, so to speak, the way those roles tied into each other so close in time, or was it like sort of like David Ruffin kind of prepared you for Little Richard, so to speak?
No. Well, the Temptations movie was the reason why the Little Richard movie got made. No, NBC came to me. Said they had the rights to the Little Richard book and they wanted to make the movie, but they only wanted to make it if I wanted to play the role of Little Richard, based on the success of the Temptations and my role as David Ruffin. And because they were both NBC movies. So,
right.
that's how that came about, and that's how Robert Townsend came about, because they didn't have a director at the time. And so I suggested that I work with Robert. And, you know, they took a look at the 5 Heartbeats, and they're like, okay.
Crazy.
How do you...
Was it... Go ahead, brother.
No, I was going to say, how do you approach playing someone like David Ruffin? I mean, you know, you obviously you're an incredible actor, but, you know, he was talented, you know, some would say tortured soul, had, you know, documented drug problems. What do you draw from when you play such a character like that?
Nothing. You know, you just have to capture the essence of that person. You know, whenever you portray someone who walked and talked on this earth and has, you know, living relatives around who are going to see your work and your portrayal of him, it's very important that you capture the essence of who that person was. You're not going to be that person. You can't look exactly like that person, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, if you can capture the essence of who that person was, at the very least, that talent, so that people can appreciate it, then it's you know, it's the most important thing, I think.
Absolutely.
You know, when I so you're right. Well, I was going to say, like with Little Richard, I was going to continue is that Little Richard is a perfect example. Little Richard was, you know, I played Little Richard from 1957 to 1963, and so, you know, no one, especially no kids, anyone, but, you know, and no one, you know, including myself, anyone knows Little Richard at that time. So he was an amazing performer, and just, you know, king of rock and roll at the time, and, you know, and just I owe it to whoever watches that movie to see how amazing of a performer he was.
Right.
You know, I mean, if that doesn't come across, then I don't do justice to him.
Right. Was it? Did you get what was Little Richard's take on it after he saw it?
He thought I did a good job, although he thinks he's prettier, he said. I'll give it to him because he wears more makeup.
All right. So, you know, we get to like 05, you know, and now we get into your theater work, you know, Friends and Lovers, you know, then you did with Billy D. Williams, 3 Ways to Get a Husband in 09-10, you know, Why Do Good Girls Like That in 2012. What is it about theater work that gives you a different sense of fulfillment, so to speak, than doing a TV show or a movie?
Live audience and theater itself, you know. I mean, I love theater. It's the only place where you can tell a story from start to finish in front of an audience. You know, when I do movies and television, it's fragmented. You know, the first day on the set, I might get married. The second day, I may die. You know what I'm saying? And then the next month or so, I'm doing all the other scenes. You know, it's like it's so, you know, they just put it together. You know, but on stage, we start a show and take the audience through a whole story and end an hour and a half or 2 hours later. And it's a beautiful thing.
How do you, with regard to doing theater, does it ever get repetitive, so to speak, or do you feel like you bring something new to the table with each performance?
Yeah, you bring something new each time, and even if you don't bring something new, it's always a different audience, so everything's new. You know, I mean, the way you do something on Wednesday can be different the way you do it on Sunday, or the way the person you're doing the scene does it on Sunday, or, you know, it's whatever, or the audience laughs at a different time they never laughed before, or, you know, it's just everything is different because it's live.
Right.
Absolutely.
What was it? Go ahead, brother.
I wanted to. I appreciate you spending this time with us. I wanted to jump back into the music again because I was so impressed, man, just listening to this music this week. Love Is a Beautiful Thing album. I Look Good on You. I love that. Sounds like, not like Bob Marley, but it has that Bob Marley-esque feel to it, you know, reggae, Rasta. Love the Way She Moves. I Wish I Was Single. It's me again. I can relate to that song Crazy with what I'm going through in my life right now. Talk a little bit about that album and also talk about your plans for future music, if you don't mind.
Well, Love is a Beautiful Thing is an album that basically, talks about all aspects of love. Love between, your mother, your sister, your brother. That real kind of love, not the kind of love when you just slop on someone's pillow for 10 years because you're having sex with them. You don't even know where they are right now in the world. Like, not that kind of love. Mm-hmm. And so, on the album you hear songs like Happy and Sad because, that's what love is. When you're in a relationship, it makes you happy and it damn sure makes you sad.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, and then, songs like Sometimes I Wish I Was Single, that's just a song like that everyone can, agree with, men or women, no, because sometimes everyone, I don't care what kind of great relationship you're in, you wish you were single. And when I say that, it means to be able to do whatever you want to do without it affecting another person, whether it's your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your kids. You know what I'm saying? Just to be free. Everyone wishes that at some point, if they're any sort of an individual at all, right?
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So the thing is, and you see, it's a blend of reggae and soul music. We play, half the record's reggae, half it's soul, some of it's mix. It's like that's just our style, And in the future, the most important thing for us is we want to tour now. We want to tour and play our music live because that's what we do, And so hopefully we'll be in a city near you.
Yes, sir. Do you play anything? Are you playing or just vocals?
Yeah, I'm just playing the microphone.
No doubt. No doubt.
How being an artist working on your second album, talk about the differences between Love is a Beautiful Thing versus the first project by Leon and the Peoples, Road Less Traveled.
Big difference. Big difference. In the sense that, we still have that style of reggae and soul on both albums. But definitely I think a more, how can I say, it's just a deeper sound, more where we are today on the latest album. I'm happy to say that I still like both albums. But we're just in a different place right now. Love is a Beautiful Thing. And, I think it's fun. I think our music is fun. I think it's thought-provoking. And which is the kind of music I want to do. I want to make music for the people. And the music you make for the people, I want people to enjoy, and I want them to also make them think.
Absolutely. You've had so many different avenues and lanes in your career, different types of experiences, which is really enriching. And you continued that with 40 and Single with Vanessa Williams, filming in Ghana. What was that experience like? Just versus an American production, in the States, and working in Africa, in Ghana, in the heartland. With another legend, growing up, Vanessa Williams. With the 40 and Single, and also the fact that did you guys end up doing the full 6-episode series, or did it just become a feature film, so to speak?
No, the series is 6 episodes, 1-hour episodes that are streaming right now, and on the UMC network, and I'm happy to say that it won the LA Film Festival, the best episodic pilot.
Nice.
And I'm also executive producer.
Nice.
Vanessa Williams and we didn't work together. I actually cast her. But we didn't work together because we didn't have any scenes together.
What was it about Vanessa? She's talented, beautiful. What was it about her though that made you? Because you said you cast her that you said yourself she needs to be in this movie. This project.
We're talking to the director. The director had some people in mind and asked me what I thought, and I thought of Vanessa because Vanessa seemed like someone to me that you would, that could be in Ghana, that you could imagine in Ghana. Some people you see on the like is oh hell no. they ain't living here. They ain't marrying nobody here. You can just tell they straight up from LA or New York or Miami. You know what I'm saying? But she had that quality. It looked like brown skin sister. The natural hair tips and whatever. It's just like I can see this. I can see her in Ghana.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Now that you say that, she definitely does. She's talented, from Rockabye Baby to playing in that role, the soul food. So yeah, I definitely get that.
Oh no, but I mean, check her out, 40 and single. She throws down.
Crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah, she throws down. Trust me, 40 and single. Check it out. Go to umc.tv. I'm gonna give you a code, so you a 30-day code, so you can watch it free. All right. I'm giving you right now. All capital letters, okay?
All
got it?
I'm writing it down right now, guys.
Are you writing it down? Okay, good. It's UMC.
Hold on,
40.
UMC. Go ahead.
And AND single.
I'm sorry, UMC what?
UMC 40.
Oh, 40 single.
Yeah.
Okay.
40
and I push that in.
AND single. All capital letters.
All right.
Single, all caps. Okay. And so I punch that in and I get a free trial?
Yeah, you get a free trial on UMC. You can watch all the stuff in there, but you can watch all the episodes of 40 and single.
Nice.
I'm sure you'll probably binge watch because it gets good.
Yeah. Me and White. We already got the plan for the weekend. Good looking out, man.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Watch it. Your lady will love it because it's a female-themed show.
There you go. There goes the weekend.
Yeah, word, exactly. As a producer, what attracted you to this subject?
I'd work with Layla on 2 other movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was you and My Children Play. She's a very talented director and writer from Ghana. And she wanted to tell this story in Ghana. And I wanted to help her make it. I wanted to make it. And so I played my role and helped executive produce. And, yeah.
Nice. Well, Leon, I appreciate you spending this time with us, man. I'm a very big fan of your work, like I said, and I'm an even bigger fan now of your music. I've been rocking with that all week. I got one last question for you. Yeah.
And turn as many people on to it as you can.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's my vibe. I'm in my 40s now. I'm on my chill vibe. I've always been a reggae guy. I like dancehall, but I like that style a little bit more. But I'm gonna put everyone onto that. But what's in the future for you right now? Any roles? More music? You said you wanted to tour, so but any roles coming up that we should know about or be looking out for?
Next thing coming up that I know is A Love Tale. It's a series that I shot for, based on a movie from 1999 about 4 women living and loving in Harlem. And actually, Vanessa Williams is in the series as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that should be coming out sometime this spring, probably.
I need to hang out with you, man. You a smooth cat, man. Man. Real talk, but thank you, sir, for being on the program, man. We wish you all the success in the world, and just stay blessed, and appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Leon. One word name. He's your household name, brother. Leon. And it's real shit too. Like you say Leon Robinson, and you're like, who?
Yeah, no, they're like, who?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
you
real
say
shit.
Leon, they be like, 5 heartbeats? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who's Leon Robinson? Oh, Leon, you mean? Yeah, oh, I know Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, like they're part of his family and shit. Yeah, nah, he's a smooth fucking
like LeBron,
smooth operator,
Kobe,
yo. He's
Shaq.
like the Big Daddy Kane of acting. You know what I'm saying? That's really what he is.
God, man, I'm like, I gotta get
smooth like that.
I'm thinking through the whole, obviously I'm listening to him, but I'm on a side note, I'm thinking, I gotta get my smooth game right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta get your life. We gotta get our life game up because he's got like travels and experiences where it's like, damn, son. You know what I'm saying?
And do you see the way he just was like, when I asked him, I said, yo, waiting to exhale, all them little,
Yeah, he's like,
fine little honey.
I'm around fine women all the time.
Come on, Rook. He tried to play with me like a Rook. I be around all the baddest chicks.
all the time.
Shout out to that, brother. I couldn't even front of him. That shit was smooth as shit. I'm like, damn, you ain't even lying, man. But see, I look from the outside in. He's looking from the inside out. It's no big deal. From the outside in, I'm like, yo, because I've always had a thing for Leela Rashawn. Shout out to her.
Yeah,
I know she's married.
Oh my God.
But Leela was always bad.
Bad. Wicked and bad.
Yeah, man. Antoine Fuqua, I got her now, man. But that's all good.
That's right. He's been with her for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's been with her for a while, man. So shout out to them. That's an amazing thing. Black love. I like doing these shows with the actors, man. It's a different side. Different dimension.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. No,
yeah.
It's art. We're still talking about art, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In hip hop culture, all these movies we're talking about, like you know what I'm saying. You've seen Colors, you've seen Five Heartbeats, you've seen Cool Runnings, Above the Rim, Waiting to Excel, Temptations, Little Richard, Ali. Come on, B. You know what I'm saying? This guy, like
his reel is great, right? Yo,
legend and classic performances. You know what I'm saying? Classic and Oz, you know what I'm saying? When he was Jefferson Keenan Oz.
Yeah.
Classic performances, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
classic
he's a
shit,
phenomenal actor, man. He's a phenomenal actor. Yeah, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed with the Drop a Gem show. So shout out to Leon once again, and shout out to all the actors. Omar Gooding we had on the program. He was phenomenal. Coca Brown.
Absolutely.
My boy Tobias and all that. So
right.
I like doing that side. I like doing the boxing thing a little bit. Our hub is hip hop, but like we always say, it kind of always we try to. If we're gonna step out the box, we ain't stepping all the way out the box. We try to tie it.
Yeah.
Like you said, all these things are intertwined with hip hop. They intersect some way or another. Like all these movies. So I'm feeling good, man. I got the
that was great. Nah, he was. He definitely. He definitely makes people feel inferior about themselves, but that's all right. He just he's just doing his greatness. Where that's true, it is inspirational.
He inspired me. Yeah, he inspired me, man. I have a big opinion of myself. If you haven't realized that shit already, so I don't look at it.
Really? Nah. I couldn't tell with the 5-minute intro.
and it's not like what's the word I'm looking? It's not like cocky. I don't find myself cocky. I find myself just. I bet on myself once, man. You know what I mean? You listen. We're gonna do it. Listen. I'm the glass half full guy. You're the glass half empty guy. That's what we do.
With a balance.
It works, right?
The yin and the yang.
Yo, before we go, man, I know you don't want to address the R. Kelly shit, so we're gonna leave that alone. It's beating to death.
Well, yeah. What's there to talk about, really? You know what I'm saying?
No, but how? Yo, but listen, it's now set off in his.
What's the?
It's the surviving Dame Dash shit now. It's the surviving Jay. Everyone's shit's getting thrown out of the country right now.
If you want to talk about that angle, I got no problem. Then we can do that.
Talk to me. Is this bull? All right, tell me about. First, let's talk about real quick the Jay-Z shit, right? And this is all allegedly. Okay, Jay, I know you got some super
there were
lawyers.
always those rumors back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whether it was true or not, who knows? But you know what? You know what this comes down to. And I'm glad you brought up Jay-Z, and not to throw him under the bus. I just want to bring up a point. Like, if you saw the R. Kelly documentaries, the docuseries, like Nelson George, and he's a musical historian. You know what I'm saying? Not just hip hop, like all music. And he made an excellent point about how rock musicians back in the day, like Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a fucking thing for young girls. Fucking Elvis with fucking Lisa Marie. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you know, like, and these girls were like, you know, 13, 15, 16. And like, and as you go through the history of music, there's so many songs. And I went back and like, yo, think about backseat of my Jeep. LL Cool J is in the fucking Jeep in front of a fucking high school, B. You know what I'm saying? Fucking BDP, for all their consciousness, made a song called 13 and Good with a video.
No. Oh, wait. Slow that up.
I'm
now,
just.
See,
oh, no.
I don't understand why. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. And it wasn't just them. Like freaking, you know, like there were other like older artists that had fucking, you know, videos and shit with fucking, you know, where it was R&B or hip hop, where they were with younger girls in the video. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of like, you know, because it was a different time and era. We, you know, it wasn't this social justice shit going on, and that's nothing wrong with that. But we, you know, we kind of turned a blind eye to some of these things. You know what I'm saying? But listen, there's a difference between you being 18, 19 years old and having a 16-year-old girlfriend and you being 26, 27, 28 years old with someone who's 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock the people who were 19, 20. Like, I think that's kind of like the cutoff was back in the days. You know what I'm saying? So I don't knock that. But, you know, but when we're talking about the people, like LL was already in his mid-20s. So, you know what I'm saying? When you saw, like, I think it was Pink Cookies. It might have been that video where he was in front of the high school. You know what I'm saying?
What high school
and then, like,
is
the
this?
girl, I forgot which high school. I think it was one of the ones that I think it might have been August Martin or one of those joints. You know what I'm saying?
Jackson, probably, yeah.
Maybe.
Probably
but the whole point, my whole point was, this isn't just Jay-Z, you know, and this isn't just R. Kelly. This is this has been going on in all music, rock music, hip hop, R&B. They're just like, you know, R. Kelly's he's a sexual predator. Let's just be fucking frank about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and you know, motherfuckers really should. And you know, as much as I love Michael Jackson, they really shouldn't be giving him a fucking pass either. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother subject we can bring up on a whole nother day. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers
I heard
are
they're
trying to
doing Surviving Michael Jackson now. But let me ask you
Sundance
this.
coming out in Sundance this year.
Where's
the documentary
the line between trying to take someone down and truth, because I feel like the line is blurred. Listen, I don't know what Michael did. He could have did it. He might not have did it. I don't know. All I'm saying is, when he started talking greasy and breaking off and talking about buying a Beatles catalog and with Bill and, you know, Bill Cosby, same thing. When
I hear what you're saying.
Trying to buy NBC. Strange shit starts happening to these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you step up in my dimension? You know, we got to take this kid out of here, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. Food for thought.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting. No, you know what? I do think it's like I don't like to be the conspiracy theorist anymore. That was me in my fucking, you know, late teens and early 20s.
Yeah,
I tried to be a little more rational,
sensible.
But no, you know, like, look, fucking Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock. They've been trying to come after all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you said, Cosby, Michael Jackson, R. Kelly. Like, they've been trying to come after all black. And like, it just seems like the trend is we're gonna go.
I don't really put him in that.
Without question. But it seems like the trend is to take down black entertainers. Way more so than white entertainers. I agree with you on that. It seems alarming when you look at the pattern.
Take them down when they seem to the element that you perceive them to be in. Like don't get too big for your bridges. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like almost
no,
like, you
now
know,
we're getting into like, you know, Bohemian Grove, Illuminati.
But, listen, you know what? I'm not gonna say Illuminati, but there's definitely powers that work behind the scenes. Like, let's not be ignorant, okay? They don't leave everything up to us to you know, to control the fate of the world. It's big business, big money and power.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But
and
that's not even got to be Illuminati. That's just life, money and greed, right? But then you got. It just seems okay. So I don't know this to be a fact, but it was always rumored to be in the music industry that supposedly Irv Gotti, I believe it was like him and Suge, and I think it might have been Dame and somebody else got together, and they was trying to start a distribution company.
Right.
What the rumors were. All their money together, and you know, back then, before this distribution was the gold. You know what I'm saying? All these little bullshit label deals and imprints that they was getting, like Bad Boy. No disrespect, not bullshit, but they wasn't where the real bread was at. You know what I'm saying? The money was in the distribution back then. they got taken down. It seems like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying, Feds raided. They took Suge out, took out Irv. Dame started. His fate. His luck got bad, so to speak. So I don't know. It could be conspiracy theories. It might be something to it. Who knows? I don't know.
No, but you're right. It almost seems like when someone tries to make a really big move, it's either got to fall in line with a certain pattern of behavior, or it it doesn't it doesn't happen. I hear what you're saying though. You know what I'm saying?
You never know, man. So shit. Well, listen. I just call it like I see it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but yeah, you make some really good points though, man. The Michael Jackson shit should be interesting.
Absolutely, and we'll see what the conversation's like on social media with the social justice warriors when that comes out. That's going to be very interesting to see. You know what I'm saying? Whether they give it a pass or it's a blind eye, or whether social justice warriors. Whether they go after where they start demonizing Michael Jackson the way they're demonizing R. Kelly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see whether that happens or he gets a pass. When it comes out and it becomes bigger.
I'm glad they got R. Kelly up out of here. I'm glad they got that motherfucker out of here. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was over the top.
Well, you know what's the interesting question now? Like, do we separate art from the artist, or do and just say everyone's a scumbag and got demons and skeletons, or are we really censoring shit now? You know what I'm saying? Because R. Kelly,
I'm a scumbag, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's scumbag to the to 10th power.
Oh, without question, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, if we found out tomorrow Vincent Van Gogh was a pedophile, will we stop looking at his paintings? Would they devalue in price? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we found, this is the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Are we separating art from the artist, or are we now going into censorship? I think that's something that needs to be talked about, because I think it's scary times we live in now. You know what I'm saying?
Very difficult. What do you stand? What side of the fence do you stand on that, by the way?
I don't know, bro, because it's like I'll watch Video Music Box and they'll play Planet Rock and I'm conflicted. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is a classic song that I love listening to, but this guy's a fucking pedophile, so I'm conflicted. But then I'm like, yo, it's all allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But my whole point is, are we at that point now where we're censoring the art, or can we still separate it? I don't know the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because I go back and forth with it all the time. It's like, but it's like Khalees, talking about Nas beating her when he's blackout drunk. Like, could she be lying? Could she's bitter? Sure. You know what I'm saying? But could she be telling the truth? And what if she was telling the truth? Would you stop listening to him? Because honestly, pedophilia, beating up children, beating up women, to me is like the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, there's no you're just someone I don't ever want to associate with. So I bring Nas because we have that, we revere him and put him on that pedestal. What happens if something comes out to make us go, wow? Because he just admitted in an interview, they showed an old interview from him, you know what I'm saying, about the whole R. Kelly thing, where he said you know what I'm saying, people knew what was going on with R. Kelly. So was he complicit? Do we just castigate every fucking rapper and R&B artist from that era because they all knew he was funny with young girls?
We used the letter of the law to let him off the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Right. A lot of people.
He was found not guilty, so we ran with it. We wanted to run. We didn't do the same thing for OJ. OJ was found not guilty. Everyone was like, "Fuck that nigga. That nigga's guilty." But when R. Kelly came, when he won the trial, whatever, or beat the case or whatever, we was like, we used that because we loved his music so much. And when them allegations came out, and after the Best of Both Worlds shit and all that died off because of these allegations, and the tape came out and all that shit, which I never saw the tape, but anyway, the tape came out. I was like, I'm not fucking with this scumbag, low-life, pedophile motherfucker. And then I Wish comes out, and it's like I forgot all about that other shit. Like, I was like, she started dropping all this fire music, and I was like, and I'm a little disgusted with myself. So you're right, I don't know exactly where when it comes to that. But now that everything's painted in black and white, which I'm probably late to the party in some ways, but seeing it all compiled, all the information compiled together and presented to us the way it was, I don't think I know I ain't fucking with his music no more. Right. I'm done with that motherfucker. He's out of here.
Speaking of Dame Dash, did you hear about about Memphis Bleak and his comment?
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I fucks with Dame too, man. But I don't know, man. Like it. Listen, he responded to it, I believe, today, on his show. This little channel they got with him and Kenyatta Griggs, and we was gonna get Kenyatta on the show too. He agreed to come on the show. So shout out to him. I love the channel. I love inspirational to me. With that being said, did look a little suspect, man. And like I said, I fuck with Dame, but he said that he didn't want nothing to do with the best of both worlds and all this shit, and because Jay was dealing with R. Kelly and everything that happened to Aaliyah, so he was like, I'm not dealing with R. Kelly, but he was. And did he forget about he was in that video? Like,
yeah,
I don't.
Right.
I don't
Everyone
get
brought that up. Everyone brought that up, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was complicit, B. And like
he
it's
said
funny
Aaliyah
that
wanted
they're bringing.
him to. That's what he said today. Aaliyah wanted him to do it. She did, which was okay. That's there's no way to confirm that. Obviously, God rest the dead, but I don't know. What's your take on that?
I think the deeper, to me, like the deeper thing that no one talks about. I mean, I think we've already talked about the whole abuse, and like, listen, Aaliyah was a victim of abuse. So how she reacts and acts towards him, being around him, things like that, it's always going to be gray area. You know what I'm saying? Just because she's a victim of abuse, she's not going to act the most rational of ways. With that being said, I think what's interesting about this whole situation, to me at least, it brings back to life. We're now getting into the area of, why the fucking Rock broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like the beginning of the end, with Dame making, Cam the fucking vice president and all that shit. Like all that shit helped, and all that shit definitely pissed Jay off and made him go to the Liar Cohen fucking, executive route.
Right. What was the root?
He's right. And this is what I'm thinking, because, Choke No Joke talked about this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people kind of intimate this. Aaliyah was with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a fling or like, actual romantic, whatever. And Dame kind of like, slid in, got her, whether he took her from her or it was passed off. Who knows? But, you know what I'm saying? It almost seems like that whole gray area thing kind of became like, a lot of people have talked about that the empire broke up over a fucking woman. It was like like Troy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this was some petty shit over women. Like this thing, like, all the shit with Cameron, Diplomat, all that shit could have been squared away. Everything could have been resolved. Everything could have been cool. But, like, the petty shit was over a fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? And, the whole Aaliyah thing, like, that's what people say all the fucking time. Flex just went out and said this, you know what I'm saying? I know he saying, it's personal, but he brought that shit out again, you know what I'm saying, recently. So, I mean, like, to me, that's kind of like to me, that's the fucking elephant in the room. It's like, great, we could talk about R. Kelly, we have. But let's talk about why The Rock broke up. You know what I'm saying? Because, that thing could have been one of the biggest, if not the biggest hip-hop label ever.
I also think, and Nick Cannon said this, I heard him say this in an interview this week, that Jay-Z said he was never going to make the Forbes list, having to cut the pie in all those different pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
And so, at the end of it, and Leo, they definitely orchestrated a hostile takeover business-wise.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They were,
what I mean?
Dame was afraid of that. Dame saw that coming. He saw the writing on the wall. He saw that happening.
And they put Jay in position. And listen, Leah, okay, the Cameron and Dipset and all that, okay, those was factors. But I think that, see, what Dame was doing a lot of real shit, and he wasn't. Listen, Dame is abrasive, but he almost reminds me of Suge Knight in a way. And we're gonna rap in a second, but he reminds me of Suge Knight because they came in the industry not having all the fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
they was letting you know we're not going for all the bullshit that y'all do, and I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But he went overboard. So when he was at the top, untouchable. But see, when you fucking burn all those bridges and offend all these people and step on all these toes, when you're on your way down,
let you maintain. Yeah, they
don't
want to let you have a comeback.
You up. They said the same thing happened with Ja Rule. Yeah, there was
no comeback.
He was Ja Rule was isolated. He wouldn't do interviews, and he was untouchable. And so when he's on his way back down, he's just gonna let him fall. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But we shaking out here, drop a gem. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, man. 5-minute intros, all your favorite fucking rappers. We shaking this industry, man. All the biggest actors, biggest rappers, biggest boxers. Don't get it twisted. You already know what the fuck is going on, man. Don't ever play yourself. You heard? Don't ever play yourself. We got some new niggas coming up. This is season 4. What we did so far, man. We getting ready to drop that Rampage interview. That's in the bag. What else we got? We got Ski Beats. Speaking of Jay-Z, we got Ski Beats breaking a lot of Rockefeller down. I don't want to miss that. Let me know.
Yeah, we're about to throw that all over YouTube.
Step your hip hop game up. Fucking lame podcast. Step your hip hop game up, man. Don't call yourself a hip hop podcast if you ain't fucking interviewing real hip hop niggas or talking about real hip hop subjects, man. These niggas get me upset, man. Yo, let's get the fuck up out of here, man. No, real quick. And we got Rampage,
Carl Madison,
Leon.
You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Ski Beats.
Oh, Carl Madison. Pardon me, Carl Madison. Yes, sir. We got Talent coming up. Shout out to Talent. We got
don't name anyone else.
CEO.
Oh yeah,
that was of the one.
Yo. Hello. Yeah, that was technical difficulties, but we're gonna get out of here. So as Speak No Evil would say, stay focused, stay positive, stay blessed, and as I would say, peace, party people. Haha, see you later. One.
Napa know-how. Right now, you can get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail with the purchase of a Napa Legend Premium battery. Its durability and power make it the obvious choice for people who hate getting stranded by a dead car battery. So pretty much everyone. The Napa Legend Premium battery and $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 per household while supplies last. Offer ends 2/28/19.